On a dark and silent night, King Vikramaditya walked through the deep forest. The moon hid behind the thick clouds, and the wind whispered through the trees. Betal, the clever spirit, hung upside down from the king's shoulders. King Vikram walked without speaking and was determined to complete his task. Betal laughed softly and said, O king, listen carefully. This story will test your wisdom beyond logic. Long ago, there lived a poor but learned Brahmin in a small village. He lived happily with his devoted wife, a young son, and a lovely daughter. The Brahmin believed deeply in fate, vows, and spoken promises. At one time, severe poverty struck his family. With no food left, the Brahmin decided to search for help. One morning, the Brahmin took his son and went into the forest. At the same time, his wife took their daughter and went to another village. Both journeys were meant to seek food and support from their relatives. Fate, however, had planned something strange and terrible. As the Brahmin and his son walked through the jungle, they saw some footprints. The footprints belonged to two women walking ahead of them. One set of footprints was large and deep. The other set was small and delicate. The Brahmin stopped and observed them carefully. The Brahmin said, These must be virtuous women. He made a sudden vow. I shall marry the woman with the bigger feet. The son, influenced by his father, also made a vow. The son said, I shall marry the woman with the smaller feet. Both of them believed that vows must never be broken. They followed the footprints deeper into the forest. After some time, they saw two women resting under a tree. To their shock, the Brahmin recognized them immediately. They were none other than his wife with smaller feet and daughter with bigger feet. Fear and confusion filled their hearts. The wife and daughter also recognized the Brahmin and the son. Tears rolled down their faces as they realized the danger of the vows. Every one of them knew the truth, but no one spoke. The Brahmin trembled and said, A vow, once spoken, cannot be broken. The son agreed, blinded by the false righteousness. Ignoring Dharma and natural law, they committed a grave sin. The Brahmin married his own daughter, the son married his own mother. The forest itself seemed to cry in horror. Even the trees stood silent in shame. Time passed, and both couples lived separately in different villages. Children were born from both marriages. The Brahmin's daughter gave birth to a son, and at the same time, the Brahmin's wife also gave birth to a son. The world accepted them, unaware of the terrible truth. Few years later, both the families came to their own village. Both the children grew up together. They played together and studied together. No one knew their true relationship. One day, a great debate arose in the village. People asked, What is the relationship between these two boys? Betal paused the story and laughed loudly. O King Vikramaditya, answer me this. What is the relationship between these two children? If you remain silent, even after knowing the answer, your head will break into pieces. King Vikramaditya was in deep thought. The question crossed all the boundaries of logic and dharma. The children were brothers and uncles, sons and grandsons at the same time. Words failed to define such twisted relationships. Any answer would itself be sinful or incomplete. King Vikramaditya lowered his head. For the first time, King Vikramaditya did not speak anything. Betal smiled and said, O King Vikram, today you are truly wise. Some questions must not be answered. Silence itself is wisdom. Betal did not fly away this time. Betal then revealed a greater truth. He said, The saint who sent you here is not holy. He desires power through blood sacrifice. Your bravery has been used for evil. King Vikram's eyes burned with anger. Betal warned King Vikram about the danger ahead and explained what actions he should take to protect himself, his kingdom, and to put an end to the evil saint. He then guided the king back to the saint's hut. The saint welcomed Vikram with a false smile. He asked Vikram to prepare for the final ritual. The saint said, Prostrate in devotion and offer your prayers to the goddess. King Vikramaditya remembered the Betal's warning. He replied calmly, O holy saint, being born into a royal family, I have never performed such prostration. Please show me how it is to be done. The proud saint lay down on the ground to demonstrate. At that moment, Betal shouted, O King Vikram, now! King Vikramaditya drew his sword in a single motion. He then struck down the head of the wicked saint. The saint's evil ended with his final breath. The forest echoed with relief. The dark magic was destroyed forever. Betal, freed from bondage, laughed joyfully. He blessed King Vikramaditya. Betal said, True Dharma is not blind vows. True Dharma protects humanity and morality. Promises without wisdom lead to destruction. With these words, Betal vanished into the night. The forest became peaceful once more. King Vikramaditya returned to his kingdom. He ruled with greater wisdom than ever before. He taught his people that intention matters more than words. Blind rituals must never override compassion. Dharma must serve the life, not destroy it. This was the final tale of Vikram and Betal, the story where silence was the greatest answer, the story where wisdom defeated blind belief, the story where evil was finally destroyed, and where a king proved himself truly righteous. The righteousness lies in understanding, compassion, and moral courage. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and support my channel. Share the video to your friends and families if you like my narration. Subscribe my channel for more such fascinating content. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.